Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. You bet it's an impromptu live Monday.
Disclaimer for Bart here real quick. This is going to be a quick one. I know he's going to try to stretch this one out.
I like to say extend.
He's got an appointment at noon in 22 minutes.
True.
So we're going to get there. And he's going to be like, no, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Right.
I'm going to be like, you said you had something to do at noon.
Look, all the people are in.
That'll be hard.
Right.
That'll be hard. That's what she said.
Extends.
It'll be hard for Bart to stop at 22 minutes.
Well, you know me well. So what are we doing here? We got Stellum.
So we are fresh off of going down. We went down to Iron Root Republic this weekend down in Denison, Texas. Met up with Robert and Jonathan and Marcia and John.
Marcia.
Matt from Whiskey Crusaders came up and met us. He brought us these samples. It's Stellum Bourbon and Stellum Rye.
Now they're interesting. Stellum Rye is of course distilled in Indiana. I'm thinking MGP. However, Stellum Bourbon is distilled in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana.
Wow. So that's more of a blend.
Right. It's got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So look at that. Look at that. We both come forward. I like that. I'm still in the picture. Boom.
I'm going to take the bourbon. You take the rye.
All right. I'll take the rye, and then we can trade back and forth.
We just shot some reviews, and I found out my palate is a little more muted today than normal. Yeah, mine's tight.
Yeah, Matt's strong. Matt, you're strong.
I think
it's Matt.
Sometimes
I bet you Matt really cinched it down.
Liquor seals it.
The liquor seals it. You want me to get it? Here.
Let me try the tap.
Hold on, I got it.
I gotta try the tap.
Give it to me. I'll get it.
Maybe you say that to your
wife. Too many give it twos.
Does that work on your wife?
No.
Oh, got it.
Oh, look at that. Good job.
I see Mike Lysick, and some of these have gone past. Christine Daisy, Jamie Beaver,
Claire the
Beaver's
third,
Mark
back
JG.
from Texas already. Yes, fast Texas trip says the third.
Actually, we made good time Sunday. We left Sunday at 9 in the morning, and we're back by 2.
Well, you were doing 120.
Which is good.
No, you what? You followed the speed limit.
Might as well pour that in there.
Oh my God.
So, well, no, there's not that much there. I'll share it with you.
Thank you. So I got the bourbon. No, I got the rye.
Oh, the Stellum Bourbon is cask strength, also 114.98%.
Yeah, I'm 116.24 over here with the rye.
Now, we don't know that much about this other than Matt, Whiskey Crusader, gave this to us to finish off and to take a look at.
I get rye notes, but I also get...
Oh, and he's tuning in.
Ooh.
Tom R. Bread. Sunny C. Whiskey with 2 jerks.
Rye bread.
I've found out I'm a little muted today.
Yeah.
More than normal.
He feels like he's off.
We reviewed the new Lafroig 10 sherry cask finish, and I was not getting much on it. I was very disappointed.
No, he was arm punching me. Like, what are you doing? Let's see. Everybody's just saying, "What's up, Matt? What's up, Matt?" All right.
So bourbon, give a nose.
Okay. I got a strong rye.
I can tell it's whiskey. That's about it.
Oh. I've got a sweetness with. Let me get this rye away.
Let me try that.
Yeah, try that.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Okay.
There's a berry. And a sweet kind of oak coming through there. I didn't think I was going to get the berry.
I definitely got
a little bit of cherry.
A little bit on the nose of that one at first. It's gone since, but just a hint of a blast of kind of an orange zest rye dill. Oh, just got right there. Dill pickle, a very faint dill pickle.
Really? Got a dill.
Back to the
it does have a dill note to it.
Yeah.
Good job.
But that's all I'm getting on that one.
Dill and oak.
I could tell it was different than the bourbon.
Sounds like an actor's name. Dill and Oak.
Was that Pete Head? Oh, Whiskey Crusaders, Matt. So this is Stellum, Stellum. He's saying this is a barrel brand. So the barrel bourbons that you see, the sourced whiskeys from barrel bourbon, barrel rye. I think they've done some rums and other things now are doing this Stellum. $54.99 MSRP.
Wow, on this rye, I get a rye, pepper note, dill, and like a mint, like an effervescence. That's interesting. And a sweetness rolling in on the finish with a sweet dough rye.
I got a lot of vanilla on the bourbon, caramels, almost like a vanilla cream pudding pie.
Wow, a lot of peas, and
I
you're
don't know.
really popping them.
I know.
You were popping the peas.
I don't know how accurate my palate is to
Please, please.
Now the rye smelled young. Does it taste like a young
this isn't
rye?
a typical rye. This is a creamy, smooth rye. Huh. This is a creamy, smooth rye where this is the rye that I like to describe where it's like the dough is rising and you can smell the rye and it's a sweet rye. This doesn't have peppers with it. The nose does have those hints of dill.
I see Anuj Manouj is tuning in. Hoyt Hemphill. JD Bourbon Approach says, can't wait for you guys to do a review on the Lagavulin 11-year Nick Offerman Guinness cask finish. We just reviewed that one last week. Should post maybe this Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
A good call.
Jason over at the Mash and Drums tuning in said, what's up, dummies? Whiskey with Two Jerks got a bottle of Oban 14 the other day for $59. That's pretty cheap. That's a good price right there.
Hold on, let me swap off with you. Let me cleanse.
The bourbon is really, on my palate, it's really creamy. Most of those really jump out at you. Bourbon notes are in there, but they're really kind of melded together nicely. I'm getting a lot of vanilla, a lot of like malted caramel, melted, smooth caramel,
well, I think
milk
you're
chocolate.
You're going to like this rye dough. It's like a sweet rye dough, and you're going to enjoy it. It doesn't give you a peppery note. It's the smoothness that surprises.
I see Live Wire Whiskey tuning in. He says, what's up, everybody? Frankie Hawkins, Rob 360 Eyes. Shout out from Louisville, Kentucky. Rob, you're in a good location.
Yeah, you are.
Good location.
Turn my phone off.
On or off?
Off. The ringer. I'm afraid I'm going to get another ringer.
Stellum Rye.
So you're trying that rye. I'm getting ready to try the bourbon. Nose is nice.
Actually, yeah, that's a different rye. I don't get that much difference between it and the bourbon.
That's what I'm wondering. The nose actually smells a little bit like what you got going on here with the rye nose.
It's that rye is creamy. I'm not getting a lot of rye notes on it.
I get a little more astringency on the bourbon, a little drier. It's not as sweet as the rye, which surprises me. I get a lot more of that buttered popcorn in the finish. Between the two of these, I like the rye better.
I thought we drank it all, but you just didn't pour that much.
That is correct. I didn't pour as much. You emptied this one. You just poured her out. Try that again. This is good, but the rye here comes off better, sweeter, stronger.
And again, I think my palate is messed up a little bit today, but they seem really similar.
Boy, what's so weird is that's the total dill rye on the nose. I mean, you get dill pickle. It's like you just opened a jar. It's like you're having trouble opening a jar of dill pickles, and you did that tap, got it open, and I'm smelling the brine.
I just got cream soda on the nose of the bourbon, the Stellum bourbon.
What's so weird, though, is when you come into this, I know it's sweet. I just know it, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be.
Yeah, and Jason, the Mash and Drum, he's up on these. He says, so unlike the barrel bourbon releases, I just clouded him out. Both Stellums have more MGP in the blends, and I'm with Bart. Jason is with Bart, liked the rye better.
This rye is something.
The good thing here would be the $59.95 MSRP, because your barrel bourbons, your barrel releases are all running really $100 or more per release. So,
well, they're doing something magical with this bourbon. So, yeah, it's got little hints of the peppery rye, the nose being dillish, but then the fact that it goes to a sweet rye dough, which is kind of where I like it. I think that should be a full word, rye dough.
Sure. I see Luis Sanchez.
How are you doing today, rye dough?
Horrible
rye
monkey.
dough.
Horrible monkey.
Really? I like that.
Jason Coates. He's up in Manhattan, Kansas.
Woo! Go Manhattan.
Sunny C. I think we called out Sunny C earlier.
Call out some more. I saw Hemp Hill.
I think we've got just about everybody. If we've missed you, I apologize.
Mark JG. That's junior grade Navy speak. Ooh, hold on. Ring a ding, 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 ding. Cowbell, cowbell.
Ding, 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 ding. Mamuka 1977. $5 super chat.
Mamuka, what's he say?
Thank
Good
you.
afternoon, gentlemen.
You betcha.
Or he said, gentlemen, because there's a couple exclamation marks on there.
Tom R. So much for the short show. Bart is in rare form.
Exclamation points. I like to say exclamation.
The last time we did a live, you were really going too. I was like, well, wow, you're bringing the energy today. I don't remember what it was.
A little pot of coffee? Got a little pot of coffee there.
Oh,
we hadn't been
no.
live in a long time.
That was after we did 4 reviews, but we had to reshoot one of them. Something happened, so we shot 5 reviews basically, and then did a live. And you were, I was even staring at you at first because I was like, wow.
Well, every once in a while, you just have to take a gander.
Yeah, that's what it was.
On one of the shows we just filmed, I could have extended the tested even longer, but it even got slightly offensive to me. He was looking at me like, what in the hell you doing? I'm like, I'm bringing it. That's what it was. I could have gone.
Frankie Hawkins says, hi, Scott and Bart. I'm having 2008 Glenallachie Oloroso cask strength, 56.4% this morning. Fantastic stuff and hard to get. It's probably pretty close to the one we just saw at the Well Wine and Spirits in OKC. He had a Glenallachie Oloroso cask strength. I want to say it was 18 or 19 years old, though. I mean, it was one of those that was special labeling, single barrel, I believe. It was $500 and some dollars. I don't know where yours came in at, Frankie.
Holy moly.
But yeah, so we've done the Glenallachie 10 cask strength, the 12 and the 15. They did so well in views. We went and bought the 18. We just shot that review earlier today.
Look for that. And we're talking about doing a family shootout with what we got.
Yeah.
10 cask strength up to the 18 just to do direct compare. I got to tell you, that 10 cask strength's just really shining through. Speaking of shining through, Matt, tell me how to get some of this rye. This is good.
The Stellum.
Yeah.
Stellum Bourbon.
Sorry, I keep looking
Rye.
at the bourbon. You can have that.
Well, yeah, it's the same label. These were probably a tested pack sent to Matt with Whiskey Crusaders. He's tuning in. And I haven't seen your review,
we
Matt.
needed more of it. Look at that. Come on. I need it up above the label.
Matt and Will and Sarah, they do a pretty good job reviewing. Give some good notes, some good in-depth reviews. If you haven't, check out the Whiskey Crusaders.
Well, Matt's got the #2 collection in all of Texas.
Probably I think to second to Liquor Hound.
Wow.
So who we just saw, he was down at Iron Root. We really just kind of met him in passing.
Right.
We got there.
Quiet.
We ended up getting there later Friday than we had intended. It was
compared
about
to
4.
Compared to me, he's very soft-spoken.
Yeah. I wish we'd have been able to sit down with him and maybe shoot a quick video.
I've never been able to sit down with him.
Yeah.
It's always been in passing.
Mm-hmm. I got to meet him at their 5th year anniversary when I went down. I was looking, I think that was October of 2019 before COVID.
Whiskey Crusaders, we reviewed it about 3 weeks ago. Nice. Stellum is currently in 13 states, but will be in 46. Whoop, it jumped.
That's covering it.
Yep, sorry. 46 states. I just didn't see the states. That's a really good rye. The bourbon seems okay. This rye is stellar.
Let me try the bourbon or the rye again real quick.
Try it. There's a little bit in there. Look at that. I want more of that. More of that, Matt. More of that.
The rye is different. It's sweeter, it's creamier,
right?
And it's a different rye.
Right. Well, the fact that it gives you a dill nose, but no dill taste notes is interesting. And then it leans sweet, but it's distinctly rye all at the same time. Yes. I like
I've got to admit that ryes are not my favorite. I've got some ryes at home. We review ryes. I find that I like the older ryes.
Sure.
I don't like the younger ryes with those really heavy, rye notes, spicy notes, dill notes.
Right.
I like it.
This is sweeter.
Yeah.
That's what's amazing. But yeah, well, Indiana MGP does amazing stuff. This doesn't feel like it's the 95.5 though. It's so creamy. Ooh.
Love out to Sunny C. No offense to everybody else, but you guys are my favorite whiskey reviewers. Much love to you. I hope you're talking to us.
Yeah, say it again. Say it again.
He could be talking to, maybe he's talking to Matt.
You should offend. I want you to go on other channels and say that. That's when it gets offensive. You come on Whiskey Dick, the Scotch Test dummies are my favorite. He'll be like, what? What?
Anuj wants to know, probably missed this, but do they have a mash bill age information on the Stellum? We don't have it. If they do, no. Jason, Mash and Drum, and Matt, Whiskey Crusader, both have taken a look at this. They might have more information on that.
Slippery.
So
nice. That is very nice.
Now, and you keep going. JD Bourbon Approach brings up that the Glenallachie 10-year batch 4 is awesome. Now, we had batch 1, and we've heard that the newer batches are getting more and more sherried.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep saying the 10 cast strength was your favorite, but I know as we reviewed them too, even the 12-year you preferred over the 15.
Definitely.
And I think all of our releases are all the ones that we've reviewed have been the earlier releases from Billy Walker.
Which you mentioned, you're going to keep an eye out for more current releases, and then we can do a direct compare.
Yeah, I think we need to try to pick up the newer batches as well from them and see, because they've said it's Billy Walker. The longer Billy Walker has been there, the more his influence is playing a part on these releases.
It's all about the influence.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the key. That's what's interesting.
Now, the 18-year that we just shot today, I think that's a 2018 bottling. So even that one is an early release of Billy Walker. Looking at the code, there's an 18 in there. I can kind of see it.
Now, here's the question. If this is only coming out in 46 states, I can imagine Hawaii and Alaska aren't on there, but who are the other two? Who else is getting screwed over?
Oh. Well, it's only in 11 right now, but
he said it's going to hit 46. So Alaska and Hawaii out. Sorry. Who else? I'm guessing Rhode Island.
Jason, the Mash and Drum, is saying that Stellum Bourbon is 5 to 6 year old Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee whiskey using 3 different Indiana mash bills and includes barrels from 4 to 16 years old.
God dang.
Wow.
Holy.
Yeah, they got a lot of different stuff going on there.
It's crazy.
Mamuka says ryes are not my favorite either.
You know, I was more rye than bourbon until I had the Elijah Craig bottle of Wow, and then I started leaning into the bourbons more. But I like to go with a rye in June, July, August when it's hot. Throw in a cube, still get the pepper spice with the sweetness. So the fact that this is bringing the sweet, I like it. I like it a lot.
I see Marty Neary is tuning in. He says we have Stellum in Denver. Very nice. That's Bart's from Denver area. My folks lived out there for a few years.
Grew up in Evergreen.
That's why we're both Denver Broncos fans.
That's right.
Well, I actually go back a little further, but J.H. Bassoon.
What do you mean?
I'll go back to 7 when Broncos training camp was in Greeley, Colorado, and my grandma lived in Greeley. I'm just saying I didn't go back. My folks lived in Denver for a few years.
I moved to Colorado in 78. That was when they were going to the Super Bowl, and the Orange Crush was huge, and they lost to Dallas. My dad gave me a bumper sticker, and that's when I became a fan.
But J.H. Bassoon says, second time I've catch you live. Hello from Germany. So
Frankie
I'm sure
Hawkins.
I'm not pronouncing his name
What
right.
is it? Where is it?
What?
Bassoon. I think you got it right. Was ist los? Bassoon.
And then what did you just see from Frankie?
He said 100 and something.
Where?
There was a dollar price down. Boy, it's 150 per bottle. Frankie Hawkins. What's he talking about?
Oh.
What is that?
That's not Stellum.
I was going to say.
I think Matt had said $59.95 MSRP on the Stellum.
I was going to say that'll kill me. I don't need a sweet doughy rye for 150.
JD Bourbon Approach. California has Stellum.
Must be one of the few.
Oh, Live Wire Whiskey lives
Lives
between Greeley and Fort Collins.
Horrible Monkey knew what I was saying. He said, not much. Thanks for asking. Nictus Los.
Jason Coates says, boo Broncos. He's probably a Chiefs fan or a
Sure.
Raiders. He's probably knowing Jason. He's a Raiders.
Cleveland Browns fan.
Yeah.
He remembers the drive. Yeah, that was painful.
Brandon Knight tuning in saying, shoot, I finally caught one.
I like it. That's what she said.
Claire the Third might become a Broncos fan if they magically get Aaron Rodgers. I would like to see that happen.
Well, LA can bring in the high class QBs. What else in there?
It's
the
a
drive or the fumble. The drive. It's got its own name. Maybe the fumble does.
There you go. He says, Jason Coates says, LOL. I actually did grow up a Raiders fan.
Sure
Loved
did.
Marcus Allen.
Well, yeah. Marcus was great.
All right. 12 o'clock or 11:59. So we need to wrap this up.
Ooh, Scott Moody, how close to Iron Root are you? 6 hours.
Well, Whiskey Crusaders is asking Scott Moody, how close are you to Iron Root?
It was confusing. We're 6 hours away, maybe 6.5.
5.
What?
Yes. Well, we just said it. We got back in 5 yesterday.
Well, you were heavy. You were heavy on a pedal.
Stopped once. Got gas.
150. Hold on. Ding, 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 ding.
Actually, it
ding.
wasn't even quite 5 hours.
No,
Hoyt.
you're good. Hoyt Hemp Hill, a virtual dram for ya. Good to see you back live. Got to go back to work. Slanch Mata. It's like Slanchava. I always want to say Mata, but it's Slanchava.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thanks, Hoyt. Appreciate it.
See ya.
First time I've heard Salancha Mata.
Well, to hats. I read it as it is. Slanchava. It looks like Mata.
Ma. I think it's just
Mata.
Ma.
Slanchava.
Salancha Ma.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Scotch it. You Scotch gods.
Thanks to everybody that tuned in. Appreciate it. Stellum Bourbon and Stellum Rye.
See you guys. It's going to take a while to wind down. Take a while to